Your Excellency, the President, all distinguished guests. In the interest of time, allow me to ride on the protocols observed. Good morning. What is Fingo and what do we do? Let us begin by first tackling the biggest question we face now. What does a young person do, or what can a young person do to make them successful in Africa and enable them to create wealth? Is it to start a business? Is it to attain an education? Perhaps it is to join employment. None of these are correct. The single greatest action a young African can perform in Africa to create wealth for themselves and for their families is to leave. The average household income for a family migrating to the West is $50,000 annually. The average household income in sub-Saharan Africa is around $1,000. Migration out of Africa leads to the highest wealth-creating opportunities. And as a result, if you ask most young people what they want, we want to leave. Even though a lot of the time we're not particularly welcome in the West. By 2050, more than 1/3 of the world's youth will be in Africa. That's over 1 billion people. We are here because we do not want these young people to leave. We want them to stay here and to create wealth here. A large part of that wealth creation is in financial services. We started Fingo after discovering the sheer amount of unbanked young people in Africa. 57% of Africans and 19% of Kenyans. And on average, it takes 2 days to create a bank account, whilst the cost of sending money remains the highest in the world, and financial inclusion remains low. Now, what is Fingo? Fingo means finance on the go. Fingo is an app. It is a financial services app dedicated to Africa's youth that enables them to create bank accounts in under 4 minutes, transact for cheaper, save, run their businesses, and ultimately give them access to wealth-creating opportunities. Fingo was started about 3 years ago and has since been part of the acclaimed Y Combinator Startup Accelerator. We have worked tirelessly alongside EcoBank to arrive at this launch. My name is Kiiru Muhoya. I'm the CEO of Fingo, named after my grandfather, who's 97 in the audience. Your Excellency, with your permission, Your Excellency, with your permission, allow me to acknowledge my co-founders. Please rise. Ian Juguna, Gitari Terima, and James Da Costa. Kenyan youth. Young people are so important on the continent. If given the opportunity, we can make an impact beyond anything we could imagine. When hundreds of millions of young people across East Africa, South, West, North, are searching for inspiration, where will they turn to? Every day, millions of young aspiring youth will gaze outside of their disadvantaged backgrounds, hoping for opportunity. We feel the weight of their glares. We feel them, and I know you feel them too. They will turn to us, to you and me, and those that lead our society, to those privileged enough to have the ability to make a difference. We will not fail them. Failure is not an option, and a lot of the solutions we come up with must be technology-focused. Now, Africa can sometimes be a very confusing place. We are the richest continent in terms of natural resource, but remain the poorest. We have the fastest growing workforce in the world, yet the highest unemployment. These are puzzling problems that need urgent solutions. And after a long time researching, I have some ideas. I have found that the solution to a lack of schools is building more schools. I have found that if you need more doctors in a country, it works if you train more doctors. If you need more engineers, if you need more agriculture, more industry, more housing, clean water, renewable energy, ladies and gentlemen, the solution is to build them all. But the question is, who will do this building? And the only true answer is that we must build them all ourselves. Your Excellency, a moment to thank you for your support on this day and the measures you have taken to support young innovators, including the Hustler Fund, the Startup Bill, the bottom-up economic plan that will increase wealth, creating opportunities for Kenyans, and all the measures your administration has done to build a more prosperous Africa for its youth. Thank you, Your Excellency. Having seen the need for youth banking, today Fingo and EcoBank come together to build a solution that empowers young people with advanced financial services. Together with a mission to reach hundreds of millions through cutting-edge technology, young people across Africa will have the chance to create a bank account in under 4 minutes without ever visiting a branch, access savings, cheaper transactions, financial education, enabling them to run their businesses, save money, and create wealth for themselves and their families. Our mission is to have young Africans stay on the continent and enable them to create wealth here by building the financial infrastructure that will power Africa's youth economy. Fingo is building the infrastructure that will power what might be the largest, most vibrant economy in the world, with talent and promise deeper than we can imagine. It is our belief that Africa's youth economy, with the right investment, will be among the most prosperous. Thank you to those that believe in this, to Your Excellency for supporting us and for always supporting the continent's youth. Thank you to EcoBank, a bank that we would argue is Africa's most innovative, a bank that covers over 35 African markets, making Kenya the beginning, and this a truly Pan-African launch. Thank you to the hundreds of investors, young people, advisors, family and friends, and to the young people across the continent. Let us be the builders. I leave you with a quote from Patrice Lumumba. The day will come when history will speak, but it will not be the history which will be taught in Brussels, Paris, Washington, or the United Nations. Africa will write its own history, and in both the north and the south of the Sahara, it will be a history of glory and dignity. Ladies and gentlemen, help us write the history of Africa's youth. Thank you. Now for a brief demonstration of some of the features we hope to launch today. Thank you.